Okay, peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. It's your brother Jehoshaphat Israel here in the house that God has made. And on this show for this morning time, we're going to look at the cost of racism. We're going to look at it, family, because the economists, they have already estimated since 1990, America has lost over $51 trillion in money, net worth. And that just blows my mind because I look at it. Do you know how much $1 trillion is? If you had $100 billion, you wouldn't have $1 trillion. That's only 10% of $1 trillion. You would need $1,000 billion to make $1 trillion, right? That is a lot of money. Some countries will never get up to make $1 trillion. They will never be able to get all that money together. But you mean to tell me now the economists, they are saying that it not only did it cost $51 trillion in money, it also set back the growth of America. So how much more powerful, how much more better America would be if our government actually did something about the racist actions of people. And for a person to sit there and tell me that, well, Jehoshaphat, the government can't do nothing. That's biasy on people. That's how they feel. That's their ideology. That's how they feel inside. No, your government can do something about it. Your government can do something. Your government can implement laws for everybody to make us all act differently, but they will not. But they will take a loss within a 30-year span of $51 trillion. If you got $1 billion, right, and you got $100 bills, you could wrap them around the whole earth 2 times. That's what the economists are saying. You know what I'm saying? If you had $1 billion, you know what I'm saying, and you laid them all out in $100 bills, you could wrap it around this whole earth 2 times. That's only $1 billion. What does $51 trillion look like? You know what I'm saying? What does that look like? If I had $100 bills and I stacked it up, I'll go past the moon. That's racism. You know what I'm saying? If I had $100, right, and I stacked them, and I want to stretch out $51 trillion, I would probably make it all the way to Mars. That's crazy, you know what I'm saying, how much racism in this country. But in this show for today, we're going to look at a couple of cases that has been recent that you have seen. And this was the out because those people went up over there being racist. This is what happened to them because of it. Now, with the Carmela Anthony case, that is nothing new. That's not nothing new since slavery. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Jehoshaphat? My people are willing to go to prison for what we believe in. We're willing to go to prison for what we're even willing to die for what we believe in like that. So this ain't nothing new to me since before Civil War, because anytime an Anglo-Saxon, a white person did something to a black person, even though it was slavery time, black people, we still took out our vengeance on those people. It's not talked about it. It's not widely known about, but that ain't nothing new since. Like, look at this. If you look at the FBI statistics and hate crime, if you just go on the FBI website and you look at hate crimes, you'll see that since 1975, only 1.3% of white people have paid for murdering a black person. But you do the flip around to that. You know what I'm saying? You flip around that. You look at the black side of it. Over 300 black people were executed in prison for something that they did to a white person, unaliving a white person. But when the shoe is on the other foot, you know what I'm saying? When the shoe is only on the other foot, only 18% of white people who murder black people actually be executed. All of our people is way back from right now, 2026, all the way to 1776. Ain't nothing changed like that. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't even blow my mind like that. It really doesn't. Because when black people go out, when my people go out and they do a heinous crime against a white person, we are executed. It's at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying? Since 1979 to 2026, 300 black people have been executed for what they have done to white people. But when you look on the other aisle, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the other aisle, you know what I'm saying? They won't even give you a number like that. They'll only tell you that only 17 white people were executed for murdering a black person. So if even looking at it at the shoe on the other foot, it's not equal. But at the same time, since 1776, black people have been getting vengeance for the things that has happened to them. And as you can see, we're willing to go to jail. We're willing to get executed. We're willing to be unalive for our simple humanity. As simple as I could say it. You know what I'm saying? As simple as I could say it. So on this show today, we're going to look at these couple cases. But first, I want you to listen to what this white man has to say.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's Buckshot here again on Saturday afternoon at 1:10. You know, I'm going to say it like this. In my opinion, the white man should have never ended slavery.
You never did. You just changed it and then put another name on it. But you really never, it had clause. That's what you changed about it. You put clause into it. If you break the law, then that automatically forces you to you can be used as forced labor. But nothing, no, you did not change that. And if you didn't know your history, black people had to fight for our rights. Black people had to fight for our freedoms. Black people, we even fought for your independence against Britain. Come on now.
Of the black community. White man should have never abolished slavery. Because once they were free, look how much his shit's gotten out of hand since the white man ended slavery. But yet we're blamed for what happened to them when their own people are the ones that sold them into slavery.
That's not our people.
We should have never ended it. We should have kept slavery of the black people. I may get a lot of hate for saying this, but...
Now, this is how most Christian nationalists, this is how they think. The left, this is how they think. Any white racist organization here in America, this is how they think.
That's what I say. I say we should have never ended slavery. Because now these motherfuckers got too much power. And they're blatantly racist against the white people. Well, I'll tell you, I think it's time the white people start being racist against them.
Never really stopped. Never stopped. And in fact, at some points in history, y'all escalated it to where it was massacres all over this country. So first of all, it never stopped. It's an ongoing thing. So when people sit up there and they sit up here and they tell your brother Jehoshaphat, oh, there's a race war. There's a race war coming. Oh, the South, this is blah, 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 yada, yada. Man, it ain't never stopped here in America. We have never been out of a race war in America. Never. We have never been out of it. So what are you talking about? Any day and every day you walk outside your door, you can get into something that's racially ambiguous and you could lose your damn life depending on who you are and where you at and what you know. So when white folks sit up there and say, oh, well, we're going to start a race war. It's a race war for black people just to survive in this country every single day, every day, anywhere we go. Don't matter.
And we bring back slavery. How about that? Have a good day.
Now, he said that through his whole speech and everything that he was talking about, blah, 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 and yada, 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 I would like to speak for the whole black community to tell anybody who has a mindset and an ideology like this man, we would die first. You know what I'm saying? We would rather die than be turned into a slave. So it's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's on y'all. You'd be like, what do you mean, Jehoshaphat? I would rather die before you made me a slave. Don't get me wrong. In America, everybody is a slave to the government. The government is the biggest pimp on the face of the northern hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? The government is a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And it's pimping everybody. Everybody is a trick for a dollar bill. So to a certain degree, everybody is a slave to me, because you have to pay to live. You have to pay to work. You have to pay to live. You have to pay to survive. To me, that's indentured servitude. To me, if if you think about it, you know what I'm saying, to me. So you want to put a system on me that was put on my forefathers that took away my humanity and my God-given rights. I would rather die before I let anybody do that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I put that on God. You know what I'm saying? I put that on Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I put that on God all day long. So you could think like that, but you already know what's going to happen. And with a lot of people that talk about a civil war in this country, they forget to realize that not all white people are racist. If you started that, you would start another bloody war in this country, and it'll play out the same way it played out last time. The war would last 2 years. Okay, we got better weaponry now. 500,000 people lost their life in the Civil War. This war will probably take the lives of probably like 10 million Americans if you started it. But it would start the same way the Civil War started, and it would end the same exact way, with the South losing. Now, if y'all want to play the game of history repeating itself, it's going to play out the same way. So we don't have any fears like that. Or no open civil war like that when we already facing the civil war as black people outside every single day. It doesn't matter to us. We would rather die than become slaves in this country after we were slaves the first time. That's not going to happen like that. But let's get into the show for today.
Well, you're screaming out racial slurs with a whole bunch of people around and kids. And what was that?
I was talking to this.
And I'm asking you, what did you just say to me?
Wow. What did I say?
You have no issue saying it, so go ahead and tell him what you said.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now, if you throw out another racial slur.
Okay, let me stop the video real quick, y'all. I'm sorry. Now, recently, I sit back and I just look at the racist people in this country. I love God, so I love all people. I just understand that God, he has his people, and all of his people are good, either white or black or Asian or Mexican. None of that stuff it is involved in it when you have good and you have evil. So I, as a black man in this country, I understand that there's good and there's bad people in the world. As I throw my hand all the way up to Zion, you know what I'm saying? I completely understand that. But as I've been looking at racist people throughout this summer, it's crazy. I'm saying this summer, when I heard about the white person over racism getting ate by an alligator, it blew my mind. But the most recent one that I heard that a white person dying over is another white person causing another white person to die because of their racism. So racism really hurts white people like that. They just don't understand it. They understand it, but they just don't care like that. And they care more into their ideology. But the situation was, the white man got mad at the brother, and they was at a hot dog eating contest. And the white guy went over and did something to the counter. He pushed it. But in the process of him pushing the counter, the other white person was eating a hot dog, and they fell back and they choked on the damn hot dog. Damn, you know what I'm saying? How do you die by choking over a hot dog over racism? You know what I'm saying? So all week long, I've been hearing all these bizarre stories, you know what I'm saying? Just so damn bizarre, so out of the ordinary of white people passing over racism. And it's sad. But, I'm just one black man. What I'm going to do about it?
With people standing here, you're going to go to jail. So stop. Okay, come here.
Unbelievable.
What they at, Target?
What's wrong
Who's
with
our
this
caller
guy?
and do they want him barred?
So you getting arrested and barred?
No, you're going to stand right here.
It looks stupid.
No. All right, buddy, so when you spit in people's faces, you get what we like to call a spit mask, okay?
Yep.
No, he just put more charges on himself. Y'all didn't think that you can get arrested for saying the N-word, huh? You didn't think that you could sit up there and you could accost a black person with racial ambiguous words and actually be a racist. But he dumb, because he's adding on more charges upon more charges on his own self, on his behavior.
Stand up.
You have his ID, right?
Yeah.
Where's my hat? Need to keep that hat.
There we go. I would surmise that right now is not the first time that this guy's put a hood on. So he probably feels more comfortable in a hood. Maybe it's like his natural environment, like putting a fish back into water. So I think he's pretty comfortable having a hood with some white on it over his head.
Okay, sister, tell us what's going on. You know what I'm saying? What happened? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with your windshield? What's going on, girl?
Man's pulled over in front of me, and then I blow the horn at him to go. He got out and bust my window. Then he tried to run away. Bitch, I followed.
He tried to run away. Hold up. He got out his car. Hold up. You honked your horn to get him to go across the red light or what have you. And then he gets out his car, goes to your car and bangs and busts the windshield.
Followed his ass, bitch, you ain't going no. But he trying to get out the car and give me his insurance. No, sir. Bitch, I hunt this pulled off from the scene and the police act like that. Bitch, I followed him and blocked his ass in. Bitch, you not going nowhere until the police come. Insurance paper, bitch. No, I need a police report. I don't know if their insurance is fake or real. No. What happened? I ain't never got out my and damaged your.
Don't honk at people either.
It don't matter what the f I got a horn for. Yeah, I'ma use it. Just be cool though. He coming, just be cool. Okay, all right. That's it. You did what you did. I'm making sure I get my fix. That's it.
Okay, I might have got mad at the person that honked at me, but I'm not gonna get out of my vehicle and assault another person's vehicle or that person over them honking, because guess what? I need to move the hell up, or I need to move the hell on.
That's it. Ask me that I want to press charges. Get right, bitch ass.
So you mean to tell me that racism, because when he got out the car, he seen a little small dainty sister in the car, and the first thing he did is on some racist reaction. Can you call that retaliatory? You can't even call it retaliatory, because all it was a noise, but that was enough to make him flip his wig and spill all his marbles on the floor and get locked up for what? For what? Makes no sense.
Right. Yeah, bitch. I knew this was a bitch. Yeah, bitch ass.
I hope you get your windshield fixed. It's good he going to jail and everything like that. But girl, I hope you get your windshield fixed. That's a 2025 Hyundai. That windshield probably costs like $500. I hope you got Safe Life.
What you thought you was gonna go home to that weak ass meal your wife cook? Hell nah, car gone. Buy a car.
Damn. Okay, next up, we're in some type of, what is this? Some type of hotel. We have some patrons that's arguing and fussing, and you know, for the life of me, I would never understand why people are at a grown age of 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and they still act like children. I don't get it.
Y'all haven't de-escalated the situation because she's still right there, still talking. Y'all supposed to separate the party. No.
I'll touch you in a few minutes.
Hey! Oh my God! So you did it.
So y'all seen that, right? The racist woman went over to the brother and she put her hands on him. Now, the brother, he did not attack the woman. He went straight after her husband. And that's most times in real life, no matter where y'all at, this is what you see play out. You see a racist white woman going up to a brother or sister, then they start something, and then the white man pays for it. Every single time. You know what I'm saying? You could put up right now 1,000 different scenes of white men being beat up over their women. It's crazy. And then it starts off, it stems all from racism. Started from racism and ended in racism. For what?
Yep, you got it. Yep, I get it. It's all on camera. This is all on camera. He touched him. She touched him. It's all on camera. Everything is camera. Everything is on camera. Everything is on camera. Yes, everything is on camera. Everything is on camera. They didn't de-escalate the situation by moving the parties away.
Now, let me share something with all the citizens here in America. If you ever get this message, I want y'all to know that God told me that he finna break racism in this country. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to give me some fancy name or some fancy title. I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm a regular person like you are. And I'm telling you what my God told. Remember, I believe in the true God, the real God. It's all kind of fake deities. People don't have to believe in God. They don't have to take my words on face value. They don't have to do that. I'm telling you that my God said that he's going to break racism in this country. So to me, God, he done had enough. He done had enough of blood being shed in the soil. You got to imagine, it don't matter where you live at, where you come from, violence and murder, it has to be a cease. It has to be a Sabbath on the ground to heal. But since the Civil War and before that time here in America, everywhere you go is blood soaked into the land, like when Cain killed Abel, and the blood the blood of Abel was soaked into the land, crying out to God. The land needs 75 years of no bloodshed, no war, no nothing. But here in America, I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. You know what I'm saying? You can't change these laws. The principles that God put into the world for everybody, it does not change. You know what I'm saying? This is why I think that God is going to punish racism in this country from what he said. Remember, I'm just a man. I'm just a man. That's what my God said. You cannot stop him. You cannot defeat him. And you don't have more power than him. So fighting against him would be futile. It'd be for nothing. He said that he's going to break racism in this country. So, you know me, I get to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Me, it's 2026, Jehoshaphat, Israel. I get to sit up here and watch how my God is going to dismantle, how my God is going to destroy, how my God is going to eliminate the thought of racism in this country. But it all stems from all the blood from all sides being soaked into the land, and the land never having a time to have a Sabbath of no war. No war anywhere in this country. But, you know, people, they don't listen. They hard-headed. They don't believe. They don't believe in the true God of the heavens and the earth. They think he a joke. They think he went on vacation. They think that he has no power, and they think he has no plan. Let me repeat to you again what God told me. God told me that he's going to break racism in this country. So to me, it's a system. If God said he got to break it, that lets me know that is a system that is in this country. So we'll see in the upcoming years, we'll see what's going to happen. But let's get more back into the show. I'm almost done here. Did I finish off what happened? She crying. She wants some more. She going to get herself hurt. She going to get herself hurt all over her racism. It's not even worth it. Got to change your ways.
No, because this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. And y'all still having to restrain her. Don't come over here, baby girl. Baby girl, I'm not him. Hold on, because
I'll grab her right back in there.
Girl, I'm not him. But they need to restrain them.
It's not us. We're not.
I need a group here.
Okay, let me bring this woman up so she can explain to you about systematic and covert and overt racism, how it's a group practice event. It's a group practice. What would be the proper name for the program? You know what I'm saying? It's an effort in a whole group of what she's saying. And since she come from California and I come from California, I can attest to the racism that is in California. California is hella racist. You know what I'm saying? Hella racist. You know what I'm saying? They could be mad at me for saying it, but that's my lived experience for 37 years of my life.
to hate non-white people growing up. It wasn't necessarily my immediate family as it was the environment that I was raised in. I'm from California and I moved a lot growing up, but it was almost always to rural, homogenous white areas. And because of this, the towns that I lived in were filled with people who had never left their hometown. Or if they knew a person of color, they saw their friend as an exception to all of these racist stereotypes and rules. Growing up, making racist jokes was normal. And if you didn't join in or play along, there was almost social repercussions to this. And as such, I had a difficult time bonding with many of my white peers. When I moved away for college, I had no idea the extent of how deeply ingrained these biases were. I went to a high school where a white sub called one of our students the B slur for Mexican people. And there were regularly racist jokes and rumors spread
What is the B slur?
about people. So unlearning this hatred.
See, black people, we don't make up racist slurs for anybody. We don't do other races of people like that. Why? Because innately we are really human. You know what I'm saying? We are human and we have humanity. So we're not going to degrade another race of people to lift ourselves up. We're already great as black people. I don't have to denounce any other race of people to feel great about myself. I'm already great. I'm great today. I was great yesterday. I'll be great tomorrow. I'll be great next year. Can't nobody take my self-worth away from me. I do not need the identity of oppression of another group of people to feel any satisfaction of myself as a man, as a person, or a being. So black people, we don't make racist slurs because we're already great. We're already great people. And we have humanity. And we try to see ourselves into others.
And bigotry was a long process because while I wasn't overtly racist, I certainly wasn't anti-racist. And I realized the ways that in my past I contributed to a lot of bigotry and hatred by not standing up to these people. I'm gonna make another video about how I unlearned these biases and exactly what I did to deconstruct.
Now you heard she was honestly speaking and she said that she was taught to hate other people of other races. We as black people, we'll never have nothing like that. Never. We have too much humanity inside of us to want to see the persecution, the downtrodden, the destruction of another race of people. I don't think we have it in us as that. Now, just like they said though, but when you put an animal in a corner and you put an animal and the animal fears for its life, there's no telling what that animal is going to do. That's everybody. So think about that. Now, on this video, we only see the after effect, but the first initiating action was still racism. And that's what made all of this play out the way that it did.
He spit on me and I beat his ass.
I don't think you are.
You want to call him? I got all y'all on camera. You want to call him? You want to tell him what happened? My name is David McDonald. I'm an Amazon delivery driver. I'm here on Westfield and North Madison Street. I'm delivering. No, I'm talking. What? I'm recording for my safety. Because I'm recording and documenting. Why y'all not calling the police? Right. Sir, can you call the police? No? Okay, that's what I thought. Anybody want to call the police? Nobody. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
He doesn't have a job.
What's your name? How do you know? You his neighbor?
But that doesn't give that old white man the right to sit there and harass anybody on their job. That man, that's okay. Now, when you use your bodily fluids on somebody, it's already classified as assault and battery. You can go to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? You will get misdemeanor charges. You know what I'm saying? You will get at least a misdemeanor charge for that. You know what I'm saying? That comes with time. So I don't understand. You think black people just gonna let you do them any kind of way, and then think that we're supposed to accept it? We're supposed to accept it. We were born in the world just like you born in the world, and we supposed to accept any behavior that y'all do to us. Now, if we supposed to accept any behavior that y'all do to us, that means that nothing has changed in this world for us. Nothing has changed in America if that's how y'all want us to act.
He doesn't have.
How do you know? How do you know?
You are a professional.
He spit on me. I don't give a fuck about this job. He spit on me.
Then.
I have so many other boys to make money. I don't give a fuck about this job.
I guess
I care about my self-respect and my dignity. I beat your ass because you spit on me, you bitch ass.
Why don't you get on your bike?
Yeah, and slide the fuck up out of here.
That's not the first black person that he spit on. That's just the first black person that fought back. And that man is old. That man is like in his 60s.
Don't spit on me again. Watch what you do. You don't know who I am or what I got going on. Don't spit on me. No, f all that. That's the utmost disrespect.